Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing really well. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about 10 different cheap fragrances that still smell great. So each one of these fragrances you can pick up at discounters in the US for under $35. And realistically, pretty much everything I'm covering here you can get for under 30, but there's one fragrance that was like 33, so $35 and under it is. Each one of these fragrances is very versatile. Each one of these fragrances smells much better than you would expect for the cost, and they cover pretty much everything. Daytime, nighttime, any season, all of it right here. So let's jump into it. And I'll leave a link in the description to each one of these fragrances at discounters where you can find them for a really good price. I'm gonna kick things off with the cheapest fragrance of the entire bunch. This one you can get, as of this video, for about $16. And that's for a 1.3 ounce bottle, same size that I have right here. Lacoste Live. Now, depending on where you look, some people on some websites don't like this fragrance all that much, but I personally think it's great. Again, for the price, we're talking $16. That's like Dollar Tree or Dollar General prices at that point. 99% of fragrances in that price range are garbage. So this stands out above the pack as far as where it's placed price-wise. It's got lime, licorice, gaiac wood, and aquatic notes as some of the notes in the fragrance, and actually it's got this really appealing, warm, sexy, sweet spiciness to it. I know you look at that note breakdown, you don't really see any warm spices, but I swear, it's there. Now, while the 1.3 ounce is a fantastic deal at $16, the larger size bottles seem to start going around 40-ish at discounters. Now that's not a terrible price, but at that point it's no longer the great buy that it is at 16. This one's gonna be more of a spring and fall time fragrance, though you can pull it off in summertime as well, and it's great during the day or the evening, and it's office safe as well. From Lacoste, the only fragrances people typically talk about are the L1212 line. Sometimes Lacoste Pour Homme or Match Point Live doesn't get talked about at all, and it's surprisingly solid. Next fragrance you can get for about $24, and that's for a 1.7 ounce bottle. It is Mercedes-Benz Select. Now, I guess a quick disclaimer on the pricing. The pricing that I'm giving you guys here is from FragranceNet, as of this video, using a 35% off code. So if you go there and the prices you're being quoted on the website are different, it's probably because it's 25% off code that they're quoting you. Anyway, back to Mercedes-Benz Select. This is an Aventus style fragrance. Yeah, Creed Aventus, once again. That being said, it seems like everybody likes to have at least one Aventus style fragrance in their collection, and some people like to have 30 Aventus style fragrances in their collection. At some point, I think it becomes too much, but still yet, there's a reason there are so many Aventus style fragrances, and it's because in general, they're very versatile fragrances, big compliment pullers. They're easy to wear, easy to like. This has bergamot, blackcurrant, apple, and ambroxan as some of the notes in the fragrance. You can tell just by that quick note breakdown what style of Aventus fragrance this one is. It's not smoky, it's more modern, it's fresh, it's fruity, it's sweet. And I gotta say, overall, the bottle is pretty nice as well. It's very heavy, feels good in the hand. Maybe could do with the magnetic cap just to take it up to the next level, but overall, it's good. Next fragrance, you can get a 50 ml, 1.7 ounce bottle for about $23, sometimes a little bit below. It's Jimmy Choo Man Ice. It's got citron, bergamot, musk, and ambroxan as some of the notes in the fragrance. Very fresh and refreshing, which you would expect with the fragrance named Ice and with the bottle with this style of gradient, this white kind of iced finish. Yeah, ice, 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 baby. This is gonna get you a fragrance that is very similar to Dior Homme Cologne, or in that style anyway. So when you first spray this one on, it's gonna give you a remembrance of the Dior, only at what? 1/3, 1/4 the price. And kind of like the Dior, it's got a great atomizer as well. So that's a nice positive. Hey, it smells great. This next one, you can get a 2 ounce bottle for just under $30. It is Bulgari Man. It's got vetiver, woods, cashmere, honey, and violet leaf as some of the notes in the fragrance. And this is the type of scent that you could pull off pretty much anywhere, anytime, any season. This one is mainly focused on those woods. It's semi-sweet, it's modern as well. It set off the whole Bulgari Man line and now is kind of forgotten. because it's become more about Bulgari Man in black and Bulgari Man Wood Neroli. And I would say this fragrance is perfect for a guy in his middle age. You know, in their 30s, in their 40s, something like this, absolutely killer because you can wear it anywhere, anytime, and it's got a touch of class, touch of sophistication, but that little bit of sweetness makes it where it's going to be mass appealing as well. Now I'm gonna hit you guys with 2 Azzaro fragrances. The first one, you can get a 50 ml size bottle for under $30, and it is Wanted. Yeah, just the original Wanted. Now I think overall, Wanted by Night is a better fragrance, and that one you can also get for under $30. So keep that in mind. But I've talked about Azzaro Wanted by Night a whole bunch. I've not talked about this one quite as much. Lemon, ginger, apple, tonka, and amberwood, some of the notes in the fragrance. And this is a well-known Invictus style fragrance. So it's gonna give you a Paco Rabanne Invictus sort of scent. You know, it's in that family, in that style. This one though, for me, a little bit fresher, not quite as sweet. Now, it's definitely sweet. So when I say not as sweet, don't take that to mean that it's not a sweet fragrance, because it is. It's still gonna wallop you over the head with some bubble gum. This one's going to appeal just like Invictus to younger guys, people looking for compliments, people looking for a fragrance that's great during the day or on a night out, you know, to the bar, to a club, even on a date. Performance is good with this one as well. The bottle is kind of love it or hate it. Some people think it's tacky, other people think that it's cool. For me, I'm gonna say cool. So this is the Azzaro fragrance to get if you're a younger guy and you're looking for a sweet, attention-grabbing fragrance. If you're an older guy or you appreciate older style fragrances, the Azzaro you want is this one, Puro. This one is really cheap. You can get it for under $20 for a 50 ml size bottle. And this one is a classic barbershop scent. This one has anise, lavender leather, and oak moss as some of the notes in the fragrance. Another great buy is Azzaro Puro Intense. It doesn't really smell super similar to this one. It's got cinnamon and brandy as some of the main notes in the fragrance, but that one also a great scent. I didn't want 3 Azzaros in the official list though this time, so that one's odd man out this time. This one's going to appeal to you guys that love those old school scents. Like I said, that barbershop cleanliness that it has, that slight metallic feel. Absolutely amazing. And if you're a fan of that style of fragrance at all, then you should have this one. There's no reason not to. It costs next to nothing. And a lot of times you can find vintage bottles on eBay also for a good price. Like this one right here. I picked this up, I don't remember exactly how long ago, but I seem to recall it was maybe $35. Can't go wrong either way with a newer bottle or an older bottle. The fragrance, still amazing. Next up is a fragrance that you can pick up a 2-ounce bottle of for about $24. Uomo Silver Essence from Roberto Cavalli. This one has orris, tonka, violet leaf, and cardamom as some of the notes in the fragrance. Now this one I think is one that you need to let dry down. It's not that the opening smells bad, because it doesn't, but as it dries down, it gets so much better. The tonka provides a nice warm sweetness, and the cardamom really helps accentuate that with its spicy edges. The orris here is not too powdery, but it's not overly fresh either, somewhere between. And the way it all comes together is just awesome as it dries down. It's gonna have similarities to the original Cavalli Uomo. Some people actually find it similar to Valentino Uomo Intense. I don't think they're super close, but maybe you could make an argument that it's in the somewhat similar style. The iris is much more prominent in the Valentino than it is here. I would say the iris is a little bit more forward in the Valentino than it is here. You can still obviously pick it up here. It's one of the main things. It's just the Valentino really centers around it. This one's one of those total package fragrances. Lots of versatility, big compliment factor, doesn't cost much, and the bottle looks great too. This next one is one that I seem to like a lot more than a bunch of other people do. It is Kenzo Aqua. You can pick this one up for about $33. This is the one that screwed the whole video up and made it under 35 instead of under 30. And that's for a 100 ml size bottle. This fragrance does have aquatic notes, which you would expect. It's named Kenzo Aqua and the bottle is done up like a blue wave, but it's not really an aquatic fragrance. It also has hazelnut, tonka, sandalwood, and pink pepper, and all of those are more prominent than the aquatic notes, the sea notes, the water notes, whatever you want to call them, are in this scent. So in actuality, how this ends up coming across, is a little bit like a mix of 1 Million Lucky from Paco Rabanne with a little bit of Stronger With You from Emporio Armani, even a little bit of Paul Smith London or a touch of Y Eau de Parfum. Yeah, just all of those mixed together. So that means a couple of things. If you're looking for a fragrance that's very fresh and clean, like you got out of a shower or you're on the beach, this is not it at all. Not even a little bit. But if you're looking for something that's a sort of Frankenstein's monster, a mix of a whole bunch of compliment-pulling fragrances, that's what this is. And even though it's named Kenzo Aqua, and yeah, you can pull it off in the summer, it's more of a spring and fall fragrance than anything. It's both equally good during the day or the evening, and it's actually great as a date night fragrance. It's gotten hated on, but I think the main reason is because it's not really anything unique. First off, it's a mix of a bunch of other things. And second off, it's not what it says on the front. So if you buy it expecting aquatic freshness and you don't get it, maybe you're unhappy about that. But as far as the fragrance smelling nice and having other people love it, does it do those two things? Yeah, in a big way. Now let's go to a fragrance that actually is fresh, and this one's a bit of a modern classic as well. L'Odyssée Pour Homme from Issey Miyake. You can get it for under $22 for a 1.3 ounce bottle. And you can actually get I believe a 2.5 ounce for under $30 as well. It's got lemon verbena, vetiver, yuzu, and a bunch of other citrus notes as well. This one is almost linked with Aqua de Jo forever in my mind. I mean, check out the coloration. That's pretty close, right? And it seems like when these were really, really taking off, everybody was wearing either this, or maybe both. And even though this fragrance has been worn by countless people over the years and is enormously popular and has been for decades, it still works. It still smells decently modern. The citrus in here really pops, it sparkles, it shines, it smells fantastic when you first spray this on, and it stays refreshing pretty much the whole way through. So L'Odyssée Pour Homme, under 25 bucks for a full presentation. That's a steal. All right, last fragrance in this list, Rochas Man with the very strange bottle. Under 25 bucks for a 3.3 ounce 100 ml size bottle. Yes, you can store it like this, but I don't really have a lot of luck sitting it like that. It always seems to fall. Now this smells a little bit similar to New Harlem by Bond No. 9, which is now discontinued and difficult to find. And also Play Intense by Givenchy, which is discontinued and getting harder to find. And the perfumer that made this fragrance is the same perfumer that made New Harlem, so maybe not a huge surprise that they smell a little bit similar. This one has raspberry, vanilla, amber, lavender, and cappuccino as some of the notes in the fragrance, so it has a coffee tinge to it, and it's very sweet with a decent dose of powder as well. Nowadays, I feel like this fragrance gets recognized more because of its bottle shape than the fragrance itself. There's a reason though that this has made so many cheap fragrance lists over the years, and that's because it is a great buy. Some people may think that it's a little bit feminine because the coffee doesn't come across like a roast coffee or a, patchouli kind of coffee that some fragrances will use. Instead here, everything is kept sweet, a little bit fresh and slightly powdery, like I said earlier. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. As always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all your support. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.